Hello everyone, let's go ahead and take a look at simple interest, which is yet another financial term. Now, in order to understand what simple interest is, let's go ahead and set up a situation. Say for example, we have a bank. Now, have you ever wondered how banks make money? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at how banks could make money, and this is one way that they do it. Let's say for example that person A has 10,000 yen, and this person doesn't need it. So what the bank is going to do is the bank is going to say, well, I'll go ahead and hold on to that money for you, and I'll actually give you some money back because you're letting me hold on to it for you. So let's just say, for example, that person A who has 10,000 yen says, sure, I'll give that 10,000 yen to you, and in return, the bank is actually going to give you 2% interest rate. Now, let's say, for example, that the bank also, because they have money now, person B comes to the bank and says, I need 10,000 yen. Well, what the bank will do then is say, well, I'll loan you 10,000 yen, but what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to pay me 5% interest. And so notice what happens is that as money is moving around, the banks, because they pay money and they also receive money, are going to actually make money in the end. Now let's go ahead and see how they do that using simple interest. Now before we get to that, let's go ahead and define a couple of important terms and also make sure that we know what we're referring to when we talk about simple interest and interest in general. Interest refers to the amount of money paid on a loan or a deposit account. So in other words, if we notice what happened here, person A is actually making a deposit into the bank and therefore they earn interest. This person is going to earn interest. This person B, on the other hand, needs money and so therefore is going to be loaned money. And because of that, they're going to have to pay some interest to the bank because they're basically borrowing money from the bank. So let's go ahead and calculate some simple interest. But before we do that, let's go ahead and make sure that we identify some key values. Now the interest, again, is going to be either gained or paid. So in other words, if we go ahead and take a look at person A, interest is actually going to be gained. It's actually going to be earned. There's going to be money that's actually coming to person A. On the other hand, person B is actually going to have to pay some money to the bank, and so that's going to be money paid. Now, the principal is going to be the starting amount of money. And so notice that for both person A and person B, the amount is 10,000. This in terms of a deposit, and 10,000 in terms of a loan. Now, the interest rate as a percentage is going to be a percentage rate per year, and oftentimes you'll see PA also used as well, which means per annum. And that's just a simple way of saying per year. And then we're also going to have to concern ourselves with the amount of time. And we're going to say for our purposes, especially with dealing with simple interest, we're going to be dealing with time in years. So the initial statement for calculating simple interest is the interest is going to be equal to the principal times by the rate times by the time. Now let's go ahead then and analyze the situation a little bit more in depth and think about exactly how much interest is either going to be gained or paid. Now for person A, now the interest of course is going to be received because they're going to be receiving additional money from the bank. So in order to calculate that, the principal of course was 10,000 yen. The rate of interest which was offered to this person is 2%, so that's 2 over 100. And let's just say for sake that we're talking about 2 years. So therefore, the amount of money that I will receive from the bank, or person A will receive from the bank, is going to be 400 yen over 2 years. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at person B. Let's say that person B, of course, is also going to take 2 years to pay this loan off. And so in other words, the interest that is going to be paid to the bank is actually going to be calculated once again by using 10,000 because that's how much the loan was, times it by 5%, and times it by 2 years. And so notice again, we have 1,000 yen here for person B paying the bank back. So what happens now? Let's go ahead and think about what happened. Person A deposited 10,000 yen. After 2 years, this person is going to be able to withdraw 10,400 yen. Person B, on the other hand, needed 10,000 yen, and because they borrowed money from the bank, is actually going to have to pay the bank back 11,000 yen. Okay, so hopefully everybody sees now that's how banks make money. And of course, the bank has just made 600 yen. So let's go ahead and take a look once more about what simple interest is. Remember that it's a financial term. It is going to be referred to as the amount of money paid on a loan or a deposit account. It's important that we identify the key values, use the initial statement to therefore be able to calculate simple interest. So we'll go ahead and talk a little bit more about this particular situation, as well as some of the other situations that we'll find in some of the problems that we'll encounter. So see you next time in class. Bye-bye.